A few seconds can make a bigger difference to your heart than most people realize. Every morning, millions of people open their eyes, throw off the blanket, and get out of bed almost instantly. It feels harmless. It feels normal. It takes less than half a minute. Yet, for some people, those first moments after waking may place unexpected stress on the cardiovascular system at a time when the body is already going through major changes. Most heart attacks seem sudden, but doctors and researchers have long known that the early morning hours are not like the rest of the day. In fact, the risk of serious cardiovascular events often rises during the period shortly after waking. While many people focus on what they eat, how much they exercise, or what medications they take, very few pay attention to the first 25 to 30 seconds of their morning routine. That small window of time may reveal an important piece of the puzzle. The reason is hidden inside the body's natural wake-up process. As sleep ends, hormones begin to surge, blood pressure starts climbing, and the heart prepares for a new day of activity. This transition is completely normal, but it also creates a period when the cardiovascular system is working harder than many people realize. Add one common morning habit to the mix, and the heart may suddenly face even more demand. What makes this topic so important is that the mistake is incredibly common. Many people repeat it every single day for years without ever questioning it. Some even believe they are being productive by rushing out of bed quickly. The truth may surprise you. In today's video, you'll learn what happens inside the body during the first few minutes after waking, why the morning hours receive so much attention from heart specialists, and how a simple habit lasting less than 30 seconds can affect blood pressure, circulation, and the workload placed on the heart. You'll also discover why older adults, people with high blood pressure, diabetes, or existing heart conditions may need to be especially careful. Along the way, we'll uncover lesser-known facts about the body's morning cardiovascular surge, discuss another hidden trigger that many people overlook, and explain a safer, heart-friendly routine that takes almost no extra effort. Most importantly, you'll learn practical steps that can easily fit into your daily life and may help reduce unnecessary strain on your cardiovascular system. Stay with us until the end, because the final section covers a simple morning adjustment that many doctors recommend, yet surprisingly, few people follow. It requires no equipment, costs nothing, and takes only seconds to do. Sometimes the smallest habits create the biggest long-term impact. Welcome to the channel, where we share simple, science-based health tips to help you stay active, informed, and healthy as you age. If you're interested in protecting your heart, improving your well-being, and learning easy habits that can make a real difference, be sure to subscribe and join our community. Now let's get started. The morning hours are very different from the rest of the day, even though most people never notice what is happening inside their bodies. During sleep, the body enters a recovery mode. Many important systems begin working at a slower pace. The heart does not need to pump as hard as it does during daily activities. Blood pressure naturally drops. Heart rate becomes slower and more relaxed. Breathing also becomes calmer. This is one of the reasons sleep is so important for overall health. It gives the cardiovascular system a chance to recover from the demands of the day. While a person is sleeping, the body is constantly repairing tissues, balancing hormones, and conserving energy. The heart benefits from this period of reduced workload. Doctors sometimes refer to this overnight drop in blood pressure as nighttime dipping. In healthy individuals, blood pressure can fall by 10 to 20% during sleep. This decrease is considered normal and beneficial. The heart and blood vessels enjoy a period of relative rest. For several hours, the cardiovascular system operates under less pressure than it does during waking hours. Yet this peaceful state does not last forever. As morning approaches, the body begins preparing for wakefulness long before a person's eyes open. Deep inside the body, hormones start to change. The brain sends signals that it is time to become alert. Levels of cortisol begin rising. Cortisol is often called the stress hormone, but it plays many important roles. It helps regulate energy, blood sugar, metabolism, and the body's response to daily activities. Around the same time, adrenaline and related hormones also begin increasing. These chemical messengers act like a natural alarm clock. Their job is to prepare the body for movement and activity. As these hormones rise, blood pressure starts climbing. Heart rate gradually increases. blood vessels adjust to support the transition from sleeping to being awake. This process happens every day and is completely normal. Most of the time, people never feel it happening. Yet doctors have studied this period carefully because it represents a unique challenge for the cardiovascular system. Many heart specialists refer to this change as the morning cardiovascular surge. The term describes the natural increase in blood pressure and heart activity that occurs after waking. During this period, the body is shifting from a resting state to an active state. For healthy people, this transition is usually smooth, but for those with existing cardiovascular problems, the surge may place additional stress on the heart and blood vessels. Researchers have noticed an interesting pattern over the years. Certain cardiovascular events tend to occur more frequently during the morning hours. This does not mean that waking up causes heart attacks. It means that the body's natural morning changes can create conditions that make vulnerable individuals more susceptible to problems. Blood pressure rises, heart workload increases, blood vessels react to hormonal signals. All these factors are occurring within a relatively short period. Many people focus on what happens later in the day. They think about exercise, meals, stress, and medications. Yet the first few minutes after waking may be more important than they realize. During these moments, the body is already working through a major adjustment. Adding sudden physical movement can sometimes make that adjustment more difficult. This brings us to the common mistake that lasts only a few seconds. The mistake is simple. A person wakes up and immediately jumps out of bed. There is no pause, no transition. One moment they are lying flat, and the next they are standing upright and moving quickly toward the bathroom, the kitchen, or another part of the house. Because this habit is so common, most people never question it. It feels efficient. It feels normal. Busy schedules often encourage people to start moving immediately. Yet from the perspective of the cardiovascular system, this rapid change can be more demanding than many realize. When a person is lying down, gravity affects blood circulation differently than when standing. Blood is distributed more evenly throughout the body. The heart does not have to work as hard to push blood upward toward the brain. The situation changes the moment a person stands. Gravity immediately begins pulling blood toward the lower body. Blood starts collecting in the legs and lower extremities. The cardiovascular system must react quickly to maintain stable blood flow to the brain. Blood vessels tighten. Heart rate may increase. The nervous system sends signals designed to keep blood pressure from dropping too much. Most healthy younger adults adapt to this change quickly. Their bodies respond within seconds. They may not notice anything unusual. However, the response is not always perfect. Sometimes blood pressure falls temporarily before the body can fully compensate. When this happens, a person may experience dizziness, lightheadedness, blurred vision, or a brief sense of instability. Many people have experienced this feeling at least once. They stand up rapidly and suddenly feel slightly unsteady. In most cases, the sensation disappears within seconds. The body catches up and circulation returns to normal. Yet that brief period reveals just how much work the cardiovascular system is doing behind the scenes. For older adults, the challenge may be greater. Aging affects many aspects of circulation. Blood vessels often become less flexible over time. The nervous system may respond more slowly. Certain medications can influence blood pressure regulation. Medical conditions can further complicate the process. As a result, the body may need additional time to adapt when moving from lying down to standing. This is one reason healthcare providers often encourage older individuals to rise slowly from bed. The recommendation may sound simple, but it reflects an important understanding of how circulation changes with age. Giving the body a few extra moments allows the cardiovascular system to adjust more gradually. The effects become even more important when conditions such as high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, or circulation problems are involved. These conditions can affect the body's ability to regulate blood flow efficiently. Blood vessels may not respond as effectively. Nerve signals may be impaired. The heart may already be working harder than normal before the day has even begun. To understand why this matters, it helps to look more closely at what happens inside the body during those first moments after standing. As blood shifts toward the legs, less blood may temporarily return to the heart. This can reduce the amount of blood pumped forward with each heartbeat. At the same time, blood flow to the brain may briefly decrease. The body detects this change almost immediately and launches a rapid response designed to maintain stability. There is another morning habit that receives far less attention than jumping out of bed too quickly. Yet doctors often discuss it when talking about heart health and circulation. It usually happens only minutes after waking. Many people feel an urgent need to get to the bathroom as soon as they open their eyes. Some rush there immediately without giving their bodies time to adjust. The combination of moving quickly, changing positions suddenly, and then placing strain on the body can create a situation that deserves attention, especially for older adults and people with existing cardiovascular conditions. The bathroom may seem like the last place where heart health becomes relevant, but the body does not separate daily activities into important and unimportant categories. Every action affects circulation in some way. When someone wakes up and rushes to the bathroom, their cardiovascular system may still be adapting to the natural morning surge that occurs after sleep. Blood pressure is already changing. Hormone levels are rising. The heart is adjusting to a new level of activity. Then, another factor may enter the picture. Many people occasionally strain during a bowel movement. Some hold their breath while pushing. Others tighten their abdominal muscles forcefully without realizing it. This action is surprisingly common, and most people never think about what it does inside the body. Doctors refer to this response as the Valsalva maneuver, often shortened to the Valsalva effect. While the name may sound complicated, the idea is simple. It happens when a person tries to exhale while keeping the airway closed. In everyday life, this often occurs during heavy straining. When this happens, pressure inside the chest increases. That pressure can temporarily affect blood flow returning to the heart. The cardiovascular system responds by making adjustments. Blood pressure may fluctuate. Heart rate may change. The body works to maintain circulation during the strain. For healthy individuals, this process is usually tolerated without problems. However, excessive straining can place additional stress on the cardiovascular system, particularly in people whose hearts and blood vessels are already dealing with age-related changes or medical conditions. This is one reason healthcare professionals often encourage people to avoid unnecessary straining. It is not because every episode is dangerous. It is because repeated or intense strain can create sudden changes inside the body that may be less than ideal for individuals with cardiovascular risk factors. The concern becomes greater when several triggers occur together. A person wakes up. Blood pressure begins rising. They jump out of bed quickly. They rush to the bathroom. Then they strain forcefully. Each step may seem small by itself, but together they can increase the demands placed on the cardiovascular system during a relatively short period. Many people are surprised to learn how much effort the body puts into maintaining stable circulation. The heart, blood vessels, nervous system, and lungs are constantly communicating with one another. They make thousands of adjustments every day without conscious effort. Most of the time, these adjustments happen so smoothly that they go completely unnoticed. Yet understanding them helps explain why doctors often emphasize simple habits that support gradual transitions rather than sudden physical demands. Fortunately, there is a much gentler approach to starting the day. It does not require special equipment, expensive programs, or complicated routines. In fact, it begins with doing less rather than more. Instead of treating waking up like a race, the goal is to allow the body a few moments to complete its natural adjustment process. When your eyes first open, there is usually no need to leap out of bed immediately. A slower transition gives the cardiovascular system time to catch up with the changes already taking place. Remaining in bed for a brief moment allows the body to move from sleep toward wakefulness more gradually. This simple pause may seem insignificant, but it supports the natural adjustments that are already happening inside the body. One commonly recommended approach is to sit on the edge of the bed for about 20 to 30 seconds before standing. During those few seconds, blood pressure and circulation have an opportunity to stabilize. The body can begin adapting to the change in position before full standing occurs. It is a small habit, but one that aligns with how the cardiovascular system naturally functions. Taking a few calm breaths during this time may also help. Slow breathing encourages relaxation and allows the body to transition smoothly into the day. There is no need for complicated breathing techniques. Simply breathing normally and calmly can help avoid the rushed feeling that often leads people to move too quickly. Gentle movement can also be useful before standing. Some healthcare professionals suggest moving the ankles or lightly flexing the feet while sitting on the edge of the bed. Small movements activate muscles in the lower legs, which can assist circulation. The muscles of the legs play an important role in helping move blood back toward the heart. Activating them before standing may support a smoother adjustment. After sitting briefly and moving the legs, standing gradually gives the body another opportunity to adapt. Instead of going from fully horizontal to fully upright in a single motion, the transition happens in stages. This approach may reduce feelings of dizziness and help circulation remain more stable. Many people who adopt this habit report feeling steadier and more comfortable during the first minutes of the day. The idea behind this routine is not to eliminate the body's natural responses. The cardiovascular system will still make adjustments, hormones will still rise, blood pressure will still increase as part of the normal wake-up process. The difference is that the body receives time to perform these tasks without the added challenge of sudden movements. Once standing comfortably, there are additional habits that may support cardiovascular health during the morning hours. One of the simplest is hydration. During sleep, the body goes several hours without fluid intake. Small amounts of water are lost through breathing and normal bodily functions throughout the night. As a result, many people wake up slightly dehydrated. Even mild dehydration can influence how the body regulates blood pressure and circulation. Drinking water after waking may help support normal bodily functions and replace fluids lost overnight. It does not require large amounts. The goal is simply to begin rehydrating after several hours without drinking. This is particularly important during hot weather or for individuals who may already struggle to maintain adequate hydration. Gentle movement is another helpful habit. The key word is gentle. The body often responds well to gradual activity rather than sudden exertion immediately after waking. A short walk around the house, light stretching, or other easy movements can encourage circulation without placing excessive demands on the cardiovascular system. The purpose is not intense exercise. It is simply helping the body continue its transition into the day. Many people also take medications in the morning. Following prescribed medication schedules is an important part of managing cardiovascular health. Blood pressure medications, diabetes medications, and other treatments are most effective when used according to a healthcare provider's instructions. Missing doses or taking medications inconsistently may reduce their effectiveness. Morning routines can provide a useful opportunity to stay consistent with these important treatments. Another helpful principle involves avoiding sudden exertion immediately after waking. Some individuals jump directly into demanding activities within minutes of getting out of bed. They may rush upstairs, lift heavy objects, begin intense exercise, or hurry through physically demanding tasks. While the body is capable of handling activity, a gradual increase in effort often places less stress on the cardiovascular system than an abrupt transition from complete rest to maximum exertion. Paying attention to warning signs is also important. The body often provides signals when something is not right. Persistent dizziness should not be ignored. Frequent episodes of feeling faint deserve attention. Unusual chest discomfort, shortness of breath, severe weakness, or sudden changes in balance should be discussed with a healthcare professional. While many symptoms have harmless explanations, recurring or concerning symptoms should always be evaluated appropriately. Some people assume that occasional dizziness is simply a normal part of aging. In reality, repeated dizziness may sometimes indicate underlying issues involving blood pressure regulation, medication effects, circulation, hydration, or other medical conditions. Recognizing these signals early can lead to conversations with healthcare providers that help identify and address potential problems. The morning hours offer a unique opportunity to support cardiovascular health because they represent the transition between rest and activity. Small habits performed during this period may influence how comfortably and efficiently the body adapts to the day ahead. A few extra seconds before standing, calmer movement, adequate hydration, attention to medications, and awareness of warning signs all work together to create a smoother start to the day while reducing unnecessary stress on the cardiovascular system. When people think about heart health, they often focus on major lifestyle changes. They think about diets, exercise programs, medications, and medical tests. While all of those things matter, today's discussion highlights an important truth. The biggest risk is not always a dramatic event. Sometimes it is a small habit repeated every single day without a second thought. Those first moments after waking may seem insignificant, but your body is going through a major transition. Blood pressure is rising, hormones are increasing, The heart is preparing for a new day. Giving your body just 20 to 30 extra seconds before standing may help reduce unnecessary stress during this important period. It is a simple adjustment, costs nothing, and takes almost no effort. Yet small changes like this can add up over months and years. Protecting your heart is often about making smarter daily choices, not just reacting to health problems after they appear. Now we'd love to hear from you. Do you get out of bed immediately when you wake up, or do you sit for a few moments before standing? And what is your age? Share your experience in the comments below. Your story may help others learn from real-life experiences. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest health and healthy aging tips. And don't forget to share this video with your friends, family members, or anyone who could benefit from learning about these simple, heart-friendly habits. Thank you for watching, stay healthy, stay active, and we'll see you in the next video.